Greetings and salutations. We welcome you once again to the Hump Day edition of Black to Business, hosted by yours truly, Dr. Edward B. Coulon Smith, Chairman of the Board of Directors for the New Orleans Regional Black Chamber of Commerce. With me today, I have the President and also the Treasurer and also his right-hand lady with all things dealing with SHRM. SHRM NOLA, Society for Human Resource Management. So all you business owners that are out there right now, especially you black business owners, you small business owners, we have a treat for y'all today. Right now I have with me the president, Mr. Ricky Coleman Jr., and also Miss Sherry McKenna. And they are both from SHRM NOLA. Brother Ricky, Sister Sherry, can you please tell us who you are and tell us a little bit about yourself, including your educational and occupational experiences?
Sure thing. And once again, thank you so much for having us on today. We greatly appreciate it, giving us a chance to be able to highlight the organization, the work that we do, and just the passion that we have for the workforce and for the community in New Orleans. Getting started, I'm Ricky Coleman Jr. I am a ex-U alum.
Okay.
So Xavier grad, happy to be back here. I'm at home.
All right.
I'm at home feeling good.
I
happy
saw
to
that
be
swag
back here.
and that bounce in your step when you was walking around. Now I know where it comes from.
You know. And like I said, happy to be back here. It's been a while. Poli-sci major. So figured out how I can try to take that love for just political science and pre-law and apply it to the workforce and the policies and the things that impact us on a day-to-day, and just see how I can try to help change the way we work a little bit.
All right. So let me tell you a funny story.
Yeah.
Now, as I was coming in, and I was already kind of running a little late, but what made me run a little bit later, I ran into my frat brother who blew the horn at me as I was walking by his truck, which is quite nice, I add. And I did not, before when I first met him at the Southern University and A&M College, he didn't have such a nice truck. So he came from Southside chapter at Kentucky State, and his name is Dr. Russell Fraser, who is the Poli-sci chairman,
yes,
and also the chairman of the sociology department. So, Brother Fraser, shout out Rudy Roo Bow Wow. It is good to see you on today, and I look forward to seeing you next weekend on the yard as the Southern University A&M College Jaguars take on Kentucky State. Now, I don't know what y'all mascot is, so if you're listening, you can call in and tell us. And you can talk to this fellow poli-sci grad that we have sitting here. Brother Ricky, you got anything else to add about your experiences, occupational, educational?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I will say no one wakes up and says, hey, I want to go and be in HR. Right? Or at least not the majority of folks.
Hey.
But these young folks are surprising me these days.
And I applaud you because heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Right. And I sort of fell into the field. I was working in city government for a while, decided to exit and just see how I could expand my knowledge base in the private sector, right? I wanted to be as well-rounded as possible because if I'm going to try to champion this mission for change and for impact, I need to be able to understand as much as possible and go through those experiences.
Okay.
Right? I can't talk to you about it if I haven't lived it. So
there it is.
Right, there it is.
That is. Sister Sherry, you got anything to add? Tell us who you are.
Sure.
and your experiences.
Yeah, so I'm Sherry McKenna. I have been in HR for 30 years.
Ooh.
So when I started HR, it was called personnel.
All right. Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, wow.
I have a master's degree from Chapman University, which is in Orange, California. That's where I was. I'm actually from New Orleans, but was in California around that time. So, and I've been with the SHRM organization now for 4 years, different roles, and looking forward to continuing supporting the community and doing all the wonderful things that SHRM does for the community.
All right, so without going any further, can you tell not only me, but also the listening audience, what is SHRM NOLA?
Ricky, do you want to
Sure.
kick it off?
So SHRM, it's not not shrooms, right? SHRM Society,
Right.
Society of Human Resource Management. So we are a not-for-profit organization.
Okay.
Different from a nonprofit. Whereas we focus on this specific and collected effort, a club, a social organization. So we're a not-for-profit organization that focuses around training human resources professionals, But not even just that, business operations professionals. Everyone needs to know about budgets and
Mm.
compliance and payroll and recruitment. And one interesting fact is that, of course, you're seeing it day to day. We're living in this multi generational workforce, right?
Right.
We got 5, 6 generations working concurrently, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you even begin to communicate messages amongst those groups, between those groups, and effectively, right? Just things like that. We do a ton of research on just kind of helping to make the workplace better. Grants, scholarships as well for once again not just HR professionals, but for those peripheral professionals. So whether that be sociology, psychology,
Mm.
business admin, and so on and so forth. A little bit more about us.
All right, cool. And I'm glad to have y'all here because y'all are exactly what we need. So I will be giving you guys a call or emailing y'all to create this partnership because a lot of the stuff that you speak of, we need our businesses to be trained on.
Right.
And if we all get trained on these things, just imagine how much better that our businesses can be. And then our small businesses, you can get all of the contracts and the things of that nature that you need. And then when the Super Bowl does come back to town, because it will come back to town, then you won't be on the outside looking in, or you won't be mad because you did not have your DBAs and all that other kind of stuff
Right.
in place, or which are the things that you need to be at the table and not getting fed down some straps from the table. But you need to actually have a seat. And what we always talk about at the New Orleans Regional Black Chamber of Commerce, because we do have all these businesses, that if we're not having a seat at the table, guess what we can do? Because we do have some furniture builders, we have some carpenters,
Right.
and things of that nature. So if we don't have a seat at the table, we're going to build our own.
Right.
And if we're building our own, we're going to need a CERM that's there with us to train us on the things we need to do. Once we get the table built and we got our own table and we all have a seat, then we need to go forward and multiply and do the things that we need to do. So, Sister Sherry, can you, in your words, can you tell the listening audience what goods and services does CERM NOLA offer?
Yeah, so every month we have a local meeting where we invite our members and really anyone who would like to come. We have different topics and speakers that we have come and join us. Not just, again, in HR, we try to do an array of topics so that we can reach out to business owners, leaders in the community, anybody that's hiring people, anybody that's doing investigations. We also have different areas we focus on. So we have someone that focuses on DEI and bringing topics to the group about that. We have someone, focusing on community engagement, where we go out into the community and we help people write resumes, do interviews, help the youth, people transitioning back into the workforce. So all of those kind of those services that are such in need these days, especially with the youth who don't talk to people.
Oh yeah. So and I'm glad you said that, because one of the things that I know I was just talking to you guys about is the Inspire.
NOLA, yes.
Okay. Inspire NOLA works, and that's with Brother Riley over at Inspire NOLA, and we speak of this all the time. And I do believe that I gave y'all the information about Inspire NOLA works. And you guys are going to try to figure out how we can incorporate that into what CERM does.
Most certainly, and just to kind of add on to what Sherry was saying, we do serve as that local hub for HR professionals, business leaders, workplace advocates, and so anyone who's committed to strengthening their organizations, supporting employees and advancing the HR profession across New Orleans, then we're your point of contact.
Okay. So if you're listening and you got any questions, any concerns, or you just want to be a part of the conversation, you can dial in, phone in, call in at 504-582-9422. The phone lines are open, and you got the experts that are sitting right here that you can get all the questions that you have answered in real time. You don't have to wait on nobody. You don't have to Google it. You don't have to ChatGPT it. You can call in right now and get any answer that you need from these two lovely people that are sitting here with us. So, with all that being said, how does SHRM NOLA differ from other human resource management services?
What I'll say is we do have several chapters within the state, right? So we're
Okay.
a national organization, and there are chapters all throughout the country. We just so happen to have the honor and the privilege of serving in New Orleans. So we have 9 chapters throughout the state of Louisiana, and of course, our chapter, I believe, is the largest. So we have about maybe 350 or so members, and we differ because we try to be in the community. We try to make sure that impact is actually seen. We try, as Sherry mentioned as well. So whether that be reentry efforts or hosting resume clinics, we try to meet the folks where they are.
Okay.
So and show that we're more than just an HR organization. We are community partners.
Got it.
And every week we offer something to our members or anyone who's interested. So it's not just once a month. You know, we call something called HR in Focus, where it's a virtual event you can come to and, you know, have a specific topic. We do a legal update, monthly. So, you know, it's something we do constantly. That we're constantly keeping engaged with the community.
Okay, well, today is Hump Day, so we're about to ride this week out. So next week, what is the focus and what are y'all offering next week, which will be the 1st of September?
Next week, actually, this I can go as soon as this week.
Okay.
And then I'll go into September as well. So what we recently had, and give me one moment, we had our legal perk. So Sherry mentioned we have our HR in Focus,
Mm-hmm.
which is a virtual webinar. But we also have our legal perk that focuses on employment law related topics. So for instance, this very last one was focused on going from remote work to DEI navigating the new workplace reality. So, how do you deal with back to office mandates? How do you deal with communities that may impact? Just the complexities of that.
Wow.
But something I'll say that's more extraordinary is next month we have a conference coming up. So we have our annual conference that everyone's welcome to, invited to as
Okay.
well. Please go to our website and sign up. We usually have a few hundred attendees, and from the end, we also need sponsors.
Mhm.
But from that as well, the local conference, this theme is called the Magic of HR, and it'll just highlight the unique role that we play in transforming workplaces and turning complex challenges into thoughtful solutions, helping teams thrive and creating moments where both employees and organizations can succeed together. But Sherry, being our amazing conference director, do you want to share a bit more
Please
about what
do.
they can
Will
expect?
do.
Please do.
Well, first of all, I mean, you need to come see Ricky pull a rabbit out of a hat
Ah,
at the conference.
Hey, you can see me try.
Yeah, so each year we have a local conference that we do, and we it's a 2-day conference. So the first day is really focused on concurrent sessions with different topics that's relevant not just again to HR professionals but business leaders, anybody that's in management, hiring, does workplace investigations. And then the second day is all legal focus, where we have legal topics that we talk about, and it's both 2-day, all-day event. We feed people, so come for the food.
For the food.
And so we really try to help engage again, not just HR, but we do topics around. This year we have retention, recruitment, change management. So we have several different topics that we focus on.
So how much is the conference and when and where is
Sure.
it?
Yeah, so the conference will be September 17th and 18th, and you can buy a 2-day pass if you want to come for both days, or 1 day if you want to just come for 1 day. So for our members, it's $225 for 2 days, and that includes a conference all day, breakfast, lunch, and snacks, as well as all the speakers. And again, these are subject matter expert speakers. These people are from all over the country. We look all over the country for folks, not just locals. We want to bring in talent from everywhere. And then for the 1-day pass, it's $175 for members, which if you like to join SHRM, it's a great opportunity to get a little discount on the conference. And then for non-members, $250 for a full day, and 2-day, and $200 for 1 day. And then we also have a student rate. So this is a great opportunity for any of the students that are looking into going into HR or in management classes or leadership at all. great opportunity, and it's $100 for the 2-day and $50 for 1 day.
Okay. So with all that being said, how do you join SHRM and how much are the dues?
All right. So you can actually go to our website. You can go to nolasherm.org. And from there, you can what we prefer is you can join the national organization and just include us in it. But it's $50 to join our chapter
A year.
a year.
And then I believe the SHRM membership is $300 a year.
Yeah.
Yes. So, and that's the national.
Got it. So what do you hope that SHRM NOLA brings to the community and leave with the community?
Honestly, I hope that by the time, whether it's my tenure or those who come after me, I hope that we leave just a measurable impact on the community. So we've impacted some type of workforce process. We've helped educate your leaders, your COOs, your CEOs as well. We try, like I said before, to support stronger workplaces throughout the region. So it's not just New Orleans.
Right.
But hopefully we would have helped them promote more ethical HR practices or more inclusive cultures or more workforce readiness. So those are the focuses that we have.
Got it. So how can the listening audience get in contact with SHRM NOLA?
Well, it's super easy. We have our website, of course, or you could just reach out to us via email, LinkedIn, Facebook. Twitter's not a thing anymore, right? So
That's what-
messenger
yeah.
pigeon.
Okay, yeah.
Or you can reach out at Nola Sherm at nolasherm.org.
All right.
to email
So
us.
as I was looking at the website, one of the things I saw was the job board. So can you tell the listening audience about the job board and how often is that updated and some success stories about the job board?
Of course. So we update the job board frequently. I would say weekly as well. And if you're a member, it's free for you to post on our job board. You don't have to pay. And so it's not just also limited to HR professionals. So you can post any openness that you have, and it'll help to increase that reach and throughout the network that you're going to build with us. And you have anything else to add to that, Sherry?
On the job board?
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with any successes, but I do know we have several of the local businesses that post on our job board.
All right.
Great opportunity to get in front of all of our members.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Got it. So I'm going to say a 3-letter word that most people cringe when they hear it, especially small businesses, especially minority businesses, especially black businesses. Can you tell us how DEI has affected what y'all do?
Of course. So I try not to argue on the different sources online, right?
Right.
The point that I always like to make is there's a lot of information going on, right? We're inundated constantly with information. So we're being told from one source, DEI is this, DEI is that, and it's creating strong feelings everywhere.
Right.
But we also know, remember earlier I spoke to you about those workforce statistics. We also know that those who are 65 and older are the fastest growing population in the workforce. Not necessarily the largest population, but just the fastest growing. So whether that be due to increased life expectancy or, as we're all feeling, whether that be due to increased economic pressure, so now you have to work longer. But with that being, and can't afford to retire. But with that being said, so when it comes time for you to look for a job and you don't want your age to be a factor in that decision, then we revisit this conversation of, well, what is inclusivity? What is diversity? What does all of this mean for us? It impacts us in so many ways beyond just the way we're inundated with that information. We think it's just filling a quota, checking a box, but no, you're making sure that your workforce is representative of the population that you serve.
Oh yeah. And as always, life be life. So one day you may be at the pinnacle of all things. You may be up there.
Right.
But it just takes a little bit of a lot to bring you down.
Yes.
So a lot of people who have retired or a lot of people who have got up in the age to retire, some people just can't afford to do it.
You're right.
especially with inflation and all the things that are going on. And we often don't talk about terrorists and think of terrorists, but they own TV and everything every day. So it's a lot of things that we deal with that everybody has to deal with. The gas prices were the same gas prices.
Exactly.
Food is ridiculous at times. And then my mama keep telling me about water's running out and how you need to buy so much water now because of all the things that are going on. Right. So if you're on a fixed income, just imagine how that is based on the salary or the income that you have now.
Exactly.
So we're going to get into the community calendar right quick. The NOLA HBCU crew party train to Birmingham, Alabama will be from 8/28/26 to 8/30/26 for the HBCU rivalry showdown between Southern University, A&M College, and Alabama State University in Birmingham on August the 29th, 2026. And this weekend, the Dallas Cowboys will come here to play the Saints. Hopefully we have a better outing than we did against the Rams.
Hopefully.
I know
Hopefully.
it's preseason, but
crossed.
hey, we still got hope. And hope be hoping. On 9/2/26, which is next Wednesday, our guest will be none other than the founder and creative director of M-Line, Mr. James Mays. He will be here as our guest on Black to Business. Rest in peace to my classmate, Derek Peters, Sr., and rest in peace to Miss Mary Greeley, who's the mother of my classmate, Brother Kendrick Greeley. And if you want to buy a Pampered Chef bundle raffle that is sponsored by the Vonderbilt High School class of 1990, please Zelle Sister Ursula Pack at 254-423-0438. And the bundles, the raffle tickets are $10 a piece. This will go towards helping the students at Vonderbilt High School, the athletic department, and all the other kind of stuff. And if you are in the listening audience, you may not know what Vonderbilt High School is at, but that is in Washington Parish, which is one of the parishes that the New Orleans Region Black Chamber of Commerce covers. Rest in peace to, we're going to call her Sister Dolly Parton. I saw last night a second line that she was having when she was here once upon a time, and I do believe that they have scheduled a second line for her. So if you go out anywhere you go, please, 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 in the words of James Brown, please keep Sister Dolly Parton in mind, and please pray for all the families who have lost loved ones. And tomorrow's not guaranteed to no one. So do the most while you can and while you're here. Because, life is for the living and you can only live it while you're here. So make the most of it. And being from this city and being in this city, hey, this is the city whereas we would find anything to celebrate. So I always say that we are some of the most resilient people in the world. We've had hurricanes. We've had plagues. We've had COVID-19. We've had serious crime issues. But I say on every day, on every year, there's one day where pretty much everybody get along. Every time, you may hear some instances where something happens or something goes awry, but that is Fat Tuesday, Mardi Gras Day. Your friends become your enemies, and everybody pretty much has a good time. And in the words of the man who sang the song, it's carnival time. And whether it's everybody drinking wine, but guess what? Everybody's pretty much having fun. So, and I guess that's why it is Ash Wednesday the next day where you go get the ashes and you repent for all the dirt and everything else you did the day before. And then you have those 40 days where you give something up. So, hey, that is a part of our fabric. That is a part of who we are. So if you don't love your neighbor here, same on you. So at this time, we got a few more minutes left, but you can phone in, dial in, call in at 504-582-9422. I want to give a shout out to my class, the crew of 104 over at McMahon High School. What's up, people? I'll see y'all in a bit. Now, do y'all have any closing words for the listening audience about not only who you are, but what you are and whose you are.
Sure thing, sure thing. I do want to just bring up conference once again, just
Conference.
because I want to let everyone know why it matters, why showing up matters, right?
Why
Why
showing up
attendance matters. It's a chance to invest in your professional growth, right? It's a chance to strengthen your HR networks. Because once again, if you're even looking for a job, you mentioned the job board earlier. I tell people every hiring manager you're looking for is probably in that room,
Mm.
right? So, and it's also a chance to celebrate the important work that we do behind the scenes as HR professionals, as workforce advocates.
There it is.
Right. To support people, culture, and organizational success. So show up. It's September 17th and 18th. You can find the information on our website at nolasherm.org.
So y'all done told us a couple of times when it is, but where is it?
Well, that might help. Yeah.
Right.
It's at the Pan American Building on Poydras.
Okay.
Conference on 11. There's a beautiful spot they have on the 11th floor with a lovely conference center.
Mm.
I also wanted to mention one of the things that helps us put on this conference every year and keep the price as low as we can keep it is our sponsors. And so we do have
Shout out to the
the
sponsor.
sponsors, yes.
Right.
And so we do have a couple sponsorships still open. And if you have a service that would support HR, benefit service or financial service or anything, really anything, it doesn't have to be just HR related. Interested in coming and exhibiting and getting in front of 200 plus HR and manager professionals, come reach out to us, and we'd love to have you sponsor.
Okay. And speaking of sponsorship, hey, if you want to be a sponsor for the New Orleans Regional Black Chamber of Commerce, if you want to sponsor Black to Business, please give me a call at 504-343-1138 or email me at norbcc.chairman2025@gmail.com. And as I always say in the words of Kung Fu Panda, yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift. That's why it's called present. Enjoy the gift and enjoy your day. Thank you.
Thank you very much for
you.
having
Thank
us. Really appreciate
All right. See y'all next Wednesday as we have the founder and president of M-Line. I know y'all want to be on the call for that. And who knows what kind of gear he might bring with him. So please tune in. Go Jags. Go Saints. Peace.